We're rolling here in 1 second. All right. All right. All right, so we're gonna kind of start getting you moving here off the bat. And how we're gonna kind of warm you up with it today is just literally practicing and warming up with the movements. As I said, we're gonna approach this kind of like with Thursday. We're kind of pending where you're at the week. For most of you, if you've been here every day, this is probably got me that same intensity where, hey, it's going to be work, but it's going to be higher up in single-sided strength. So it's not as like super taxing on the system like a Monday strength where it's just heavy bilateral movements. And we're gonna have cardio at the end. That same thing. I'm gonna kind of tell you about like how you can find the right intensity so that come tomorrow when you do a recovery day, and then Monday is one of the days where I'm gonna ask you for that high peak intensity that we're trying to get you feeling good for that. So that's where today's might change a little bit depending how you're feeling already from the week. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk you through one movement at a time, have you prep it and practice it here as we go. So your first one is gonna be 10 aside of a reverse lunge to step up. So you'll end up grabbing a box, and we kind of talked about with the step up before, is you want to find a nice depth. This is a good way to play with range of motion that I could maybe try going a little higher if I want, because I can get that and say I'll force that deeper range of motion as I drive through. But one of the things I'm going to start stepping backwards, a nice control, get a nice range of motion through the glute. I'm going to drive through, then I'm stepping onto the box, and then going into that vertical motion too. So I'm pressing, same idea. I press through the middle of the foot, keep that knee in line. So it's that nice step back, control, drive through the left leg, then I drive right into through the right leg. So you will do 10 in a row, one side, and then moving into 10 in a row, the other side. So once you try that is I want everyone to find a box. If you want to use the red boxes, if you feel more stable, that's fine too. Black box here. I'd like you to try like 5 aside this and thinking that you're going to be doing 10 aside and so it's going to be consistently moving later for you. So you kind of want to find one that, okay, you can do this with dumbbells at your side too as you go through if you want to add weight, because I said it's going to be for 10 aside, and you'll generally probably get maybe around 4 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds of this in. So 3 to 4 sets of 10 aside, kind of idea what that would look like. And for weight, what you might be thinking. So you have dumbbells at your side as you go through. To grab a thing or two for you guys. Yep. So try 5 side here, get a little bit of the rhythm because there's a little bit of the balance and stability here as you go through on this too. It's like, all right, step back, as a step back forward, getting that nice control. Like I said, then if you're adding weight, you could easily put a kettlebell or dumbbells at your side as you step through on this. Remember, you will be doing probably 3 to 4 sets of it as you go through to give you an idea intensity wise. After that, we're going to go a little bit out of order here because I just want to prep you the weighted ones. The next one is going to be a single arm dumbbell floor press here. Adding something with a single side, it allows you to focus on one side at a time here, for any differences as you go through. And this makes it a little more through the core of that. I have the one dumbbell. I get my other hand out here, like bracing essentially for tension as I go down, pressing back to the extension. So it's the same idea, but I might be possibly a little heavier one side because I'm going to be bracing so I can really kind of torque my body into the one side because I'm not focusing and trying to do both at the same time. I can only focus on the right side. This is also going to be for 10 aside on the single arm dumbbell press. So you'll need one dumbbell. Practice this here a little bit. If you want to do a warm set or two, please do, but you need one dumbbell. It's going to be 10 aside on the single arm dumbbell floor press. So let's grab that and practice that one here off the bat. Just so you have a starting weight. If you build as we go through, that's fine. This doesn't have to be the end all weight already off the bat. So you kind of play with that other arm. He's using it as a little bit of balance and bracing. All right, same it's going to be 10 aside. Come to it later. I'll leave you some room. Marine is ready to go. That's okay. That's okay. If you've had that week, that means we're going to show you how to get the best out today then. There's nothing wrong with that. Good. Following that one then, the next one you're going to have is going to be a dumbbell lat raise. So this is going to be one to make it nice to really target the shoulders. It's very much a lighter weight for those who have done these before. So I'm going to have my 2 dumbbells at my side. I'm raising laterally to the side. I'm only going to 90 degrees, pause, and back down. The big one on this is we're trying to make sure this is all your medial delt. So basically, you never want to feel like you're scrunching through the shoulders or pulling your traps up. I'm pulling through my shoulder, but this is still relaxed. I don't want that tension to come up to here because that's where I want pulling the dumbbell up. So my traps should stay relaxed as I go through on the dumbbell raise. I use the option of 12 to 15. You can even make it 10 to 15 because I know this is a much harder to differentiate the weight because a little more weight on this. It's a lot harder as you go through. So find a pair of dumbbells here. You can usually share with someone too because I understand that it's the same thing. These don't generally get super, super heavy for you. We're thinking that 12 to 15 rep range on this. So practice, but same thing. Feel free to share with someone if you need to. We have plenty to share. So you will not be working at the same time on everything. So I'll give you a moment here, kind of practice that. I said, have that focus of pulling just 90 degrees parallel to the floor here. You don't want to feel like you're trying to go all the way overhead, and you don't want to feel like you're feeling the traps. Said, kind of like that 12 to 15 rep range is what you're thinking. Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're struggling with it. Imagine it should just be that shoulders what's pulling it up for you. All right. Perfect. We have one more movement here for you, and this is going to be a banded incline row. So I like this one a lot. A is going to put you at an angle you normally don't work with your shoulder. What I mean is normally you do a row that is straight across, or you do like a pull up or chin up, which is straight up and down. This is going to work you at an angle, which is the same thing. Your shoulder works through a full range of motion, so it's going to work through all the angles it can handle. So what's going to happen is you can end up facing the clock as you go through, but I'm going to hold onto the band with my right hand. If I'm doing this, I'm going to go in this kneeling position, giving this incline as I go through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 20 seconds of these lat rows, which I'm going to think just like a normal dumbbell row is I'm going to squeeze through my lat, pulling that hand so it's still in front of my pec. I'm not trying to pull way behind me. So my back's pulled flat. I can squeeze my lat. I'm going to find a tempo that I can try holding for 20 seconds. So you should really get the lat firing. And then when I switch, the opposite knee comes up. I have the hand, but I said, I'm not over rotating. That palm still stays at front. I'm squeezing so the back, my back is flat because I'm pulling with my lat. See me there. I'm going to do 20 seconds each side. We have some different kind of variability and thickness on the band. So you make it so it's challenging for the 20. And same thing, farther away, the more tension on it, the harder it is, the closer, less tension on it, makes it a little easier. So you can really play with this to find the right difficulty for 20 seconds. So how's that with the strength? So it's pretty straightforward with it. We're going to go for 20 minutes. It's 10 aside of the reverse lunge step up, 20 seconds aside of the band incline row, 10 aside of the single arm dumbbell floor press, and 12 to 15 of that dumbbell lat raise. Said you'll probably get around 4 rounds, maybe just below. That 4 rounds is 5 minutes one, and I know some of these might take a little longer. But it's going to be 20 minutes kind of looking at the idea of, hey, 4 rounds and find the right intensity here. Like, this should not be in the traps, challenging, but shouldn't be in the traps. This one, I mean, low to heavy, because if you want to, it's single-sided. You have to do a lot more stability through your core here. And this one's probably going to be a lot more just volume because every rep is essentially 2 reps of a single-sided motion. So you can challenge it if you want to without it being too taxing on your system as we go through. Questions on any of the movements here before we start? Yeah, I hear that. All right. So I'm going to get the clock rolling here for you. So we're saying 20 minutes. Good for about 4 rounds here on these movements. That's what we're thinking. 4 rounds as we go. All right. So the clock's rolling up front here.
Black is good, right? Here's another black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Yeah, so for that step of reverse, just find that balance off the bat of hey, stepping back and then kind of being able to step right into the next part of the movement where it's kind of like a fluid, right to the step up, and right to that reverse for you, kind of a back to back as you move through. Just switch the legs. Yep, good, Susan. And think, squeeze through your lat. Just find that pace, 20 seconds on it. Yeah, so I said, remember when you get to that, remember it's 20 cents, but I want you to really focus on pulling through your lat. So you should feel that edge, side of your rib cage into the back. That's where you're squeezing. You should feel like your back gets pulled flat. You don't want to feel like you're rounded as you're at the end position. You should be pulling the back flat at the end position. That's good, Matt. That's good. There goes Susan. Elizabeth, let's try having you move a little farther back. Oh, that's pretty easy for you. I might have you switch legs. John, I might have you switch legs too. No, opposite. Left leg, right arm. And then find a tablet. So you're gonna go for 20 cents. So you want to find a tablet. Hey, it's challenging for the 20 cents. I think you squeeze through that lat as you pull back. Pulls your back flat. You should really feel this firing as you go through on it. Good, Susan. One thing, love it. Form's looking good. Now my challenge for you with the height is try not to let that other leg come onto the box until you've hit that full extension through it. But what I mean by that is you go through it, I want you to try getting so you come all the way. That way, this leg is doing that work. What happens when it's really having a step up, and everyone does this, is you get where you be like this, and then you go here, and then you press through both legs. Yeah, so let's try it though. Let's just think about it for 1 or 2, and then you can go if you're not to. But it's good. Yeah, because you're challenging yourself on it. It's good. Yes. Okay. There we go. Because then you get that great range of motion, and then that leg just has to do all that strength to press you up. So try it again. That was good. That's exactly what you want. Yep. And then drive all the way through. Perfect, Susan. Yep, that's good. That's exactly what you want. So for example, you're about just over 4 minutes in. So I said 4 rounds would be about that 5-minute mark. So you can get an idea, yep, what's my pace then and how many rounds here through this first round. So one thing I'll do, Maureen, I'm gonna have you turn your hand neutral.
This way.
Yep. Now I'm gonna have you try to scoot a little bit farther back here. Well, I'm gonna have you, I'm gonna move you back, your body a little bit further back. See your incline? I want you to think about squeezing through your legs. When you do it here, you should feel like this is pulled tight and then you go right back and squeeze through that. There we go. Yep. Exactly it. Good, Maureen. As I said, there's 5 minutes. If you keep that same pace, if that was 1 round, that's 4 rounds. If it's 3 rounds, a little bit more, you're right there with it. Well, I want to see if you can try keeping that head relaxed a little bit for you. You can have the tendency sometimes to keep that head up, just to kind of take tension. I want you to think, if you want to pause at the bottom, you can. It's going to make it harder because you're working on developing the force every time. If you just want to move on, moving the weight efficiently, stay tight. So when it comes down, you're already tight. So when it touches, you can drive right back out of it. So now tight, as it comes down right in touch, now drive right back up. There we go. Do the same thing. Goes down and drive right back up. Because now you have that tension every time. There we go. Done. Saves so much tries. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like 2 ways you can approach the same thing on bench. So if you stop in the bar or something like that, it's gonna work on more of the production force because you have to then re-engage and drive every time. But if you want more of that, I'm trying to move as much weight as possible and more like muscle shredding, then keep that tension. And then you can come like a touch and go deadlift because then you already have that tension. So it's going to allow you to already come right out of it if you want to. So Maria, have you been in every day this week?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So just kind of like a fatigue from just the full week of everything. Yeah, I mean, no, and that's good. That's being that aware of so that's what we want you to get out of this, so you can go hey, if I do come for a full week, what's that feel like? And because did you take Wednesday or Thursday any lighter on the intensity side?
Thursday I did. Thursday I was lighter.
Yeah.
Thursday I was lighter.
Yeah, it's good. We want you to play with it this way. Figure out okay, so now if you take today lighter and then come in tomorrow for the recovery day, how do you feel come Monday? Because that's the idea is we want you to come Monday and be going, hey, I am ready for now that intensity that was last Monday.
Exactly. That's why I'm not killing myself today.
No, and that's perfect.
I can tell my body's sore and so
no,
it's more like just tired than hurting.
Yeah, it's just tired.
Tell. Yeah.
No, that's good. It's good. I'm glad you're aware of it. It's better than coming in and be I want to get it, and you're
Yeah, that's why I'm just and I'm a little how I get my knees a little sore in here.
Yep.
So I don't want to just.
No, you are doing exactly what we want you to do. Notice you're sore, back off the intensity and work, and come back feeling better.
Exactly.
Have you been doing the nutrition and stuff too?
Yeah.
How's that?
Do that now.
Oh, you normally do that? Oh, nice.
I gave up sugar and carbs for Lent and I haven't done that.
All right.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I have a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, it's like
Like-
once in a while I want to have a little bit of a treat, but like it's not ever on your mind normally.
Yeah, like maybe like twice a month I'll have a treat and twice a month I'll have carbs. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. Yeah, so, and I think that's so much better.
All right, like you notice a difference with it.
It's working out, it was so hard for me at first because I had no energy.
Yeah.
And then when I took athletic greens and now I took half of it before I work out. I used to do it after.
Yep.
And that helps me so much.
What's in that again?
What's that?
What's in that athletic greens again?
It's just like.
I haven't heard of it.
It's
I
just-
just know.
it's not protein or anything, it's more just vitamins.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like my daily dose of vitamins.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like this little mixture. It's like 50 calories in the whole thing.
Yeah, you pour in water.
Yeah, and I just do half of it before. It's just like a little boost to
Okay.
keep me going. Then I take the other half after.
Okay, nice.
So like, yes, so that is like easy for me. Except on this, I usually do like have a glass of wine or something like that. That's my sugar.
Yeah, and that's for most people.
Every night, but
Yeah.
you know, 3 or 4 nights a week I do. I treat myself with like a light beer or like,
Yeah.
I guess it's hard, but that's my one little, I haven't given that up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do here, like last night I had people over, so I had a glass of wine, so.
Yeah, I said it's just something to try. Really, so feel like it's not
That's
insane,
my-
but just see how you feel with it.
Like, that's the one that I haven't, like, cause I enjoy my little glass of
Hey,
wine.
it's all in moderation. If you feel good with everything else to watch it, another option.
Exactly,
But
right.
just give it a try for like a week, see if you can, see how you do with it.
But like, yeah, the sugar thing is, and I didn't process it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
Because
with
I
it.
don't have kids around, so I don't have any of that in my house.
Yeah, no one's being like, Mom, buy this for me, please. It's good. I like it. So you ready? You got about, 8 minutes here, which might be one part of another round here as you go. Said, turn around to 4 rounds. 3 rounds? Okay. All right, so you like 3 and maybe like halfway through that 4th one, looking like, okay. Yeah, I knew that one was probably gonna be the. Yeah, so this is something you said it might be 3 rounds, looks like. Just you have an idea what it is, and maybe if you get a little bit in that 4th round, pick the movement you might want to do for that 4th one. If you can get 1 or 2 in, that's fine here. But it said you have the 8 minutes still. Good, same thing. Just let the arm extend to the top too. Yeah, just see that stretch on. Yeah, there we go. Good. It's like that extension for you too, Con. Yep, stretch and back. There we go. So you're ready, 5 minutes, final 5 on the cycle. Feeling it? It's good. Yeah, I saw you doing that. I like to do that too after that run. Yeah, I'll do that sometimes. I'll kind of touch it to be. I feel like I'm like, all right, now you can get in. That's exactly what you want to do. So got the last 2 minutes. If you need to kind of decide what movements you want to get in those 2 minutes, make that decision here. We got 2 minutes left here for you. Final minute, kind of pick the activity here you want to finish up through, and then we'll put all the dumbbells and weights away here for the cardio. But final minute here with the strength. So once you finish that last movement, we just kind of put the dumbbells back, as we won't need those, and then we'll be able to talk about kind of cardio piece for you. So just kind of finish up that last movement. As it is, Sabbath said, the last piece is just going to be purely cardio for you. So I'm gonna tell you what it is and explain how we can pick the intensity for you. So everything is 3-minute efforts. So for example, you'll start by doing a 3-minute effort. You'll then get a 2-minute rest, which you'll then do another 3-minute effort. You'll then get a 90-second rest, another 3-minute effort, a 1-minute rest, and a 3-minute effort. So the rest gets less and less each time. Ways to approach this. If you're like, hey, been here all week, I'm sore and fatigued today, how you should probably approach this is make this like Thursday, that this is work, but it's manageable. What I mean is do this first one that I'm going to say is like, hey, like a 75% maybe intensity. Like you should do it. Hey, you're working, get your heart rate up a bit, but you get done and you're not like crushed. You get done, you can go right until, if you want to do mobility in those 2 minutes, you're good. Then it gets a little harder each 3 minutes because you get a little less rest, but you would finish going, hey, that was work. I had to put a little intention to maintain in it here, but no point was I concerned about not being able to do it. So that's going to be work. Hurry up. If you're like, hey, I feel pretty good. I feel like I can get after it today, come do recovery tomorrow, and then be ready to go on Monday because that's a high intensity day, then I'd say make this a very challenging 3-minute effort because then it's going to get a little harder each round as that rest gets down to maintain it. So kind of have those two approaches. Think which one you want to do. Yeah, that's just saying like it's 4 minutes. All right, so I'm going to set up here real quick. All right. Guys, so roll 10 seconds. Know the intensity you need out of today. Know the intensity that you need. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Know the intensity that you need. All right, so there's a minute. You should have whatever variance you're doing, you should now have a pace established that you're trying to hold here. Whatever it is, you should be like, this is my pace. I'm now trying to be consistent for the next 2 minutes. One more minute. So keep it consistent. It's final 10 seconds. And rest. All right. So you have 2 minutes off. Then the idea is each round, you're going to try hitting the same distance. So hopefully we found the right intensity that we were planning so we can come in Monday, because Monday we'll be back to full intensity here. So yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah. If that was really, really rough and you're already feeling fatigued, back it off a little bit if you need to. So the idea is you should be able to do a recovery day tomorrow, and come in Monday and be able to do heavy weights and a high intensity fit classic piece at the end of it. But 2 minutes, use as you need. Yep. 4 total efforts.
$4 or like a minute.
Ah,
Oh, no, that was 15 seconds.
it'll be in 15 seconds later.
Good though, I mean. I just. What are you doing now?
All right, you need about 30 seconds here. And I said, next effort, same thing as 3 minutes. It's just consistency now. Just being consistent every time you step up.
I know. No.
Are you going in 10 seconds? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So just try to find your pace and do the same thing. Do not need any increase. I want consistency. Heads up, Steve, you will be being recorded if you warm up right here. Just so you know. So there's a minute. Same thing. Hopefully you're just at pace. And just being consistent now is the key. Being consistent. Good. See how you feeling from the week so far. Good. How you feeling from the week so far? Right. No. Okay. All right, you're down to a minute. So what are you doing here? Stay consistent and hit that same number. Thirty seconds. 10 seconds. Yes. All right. So now you will get 90 seconds off. And then try hitting that same number. 90 cents off. And then you'll try hitting that same number. But take the time here and then said. All right, you ready? 30 seconds here. Said, but approach each effort the same. Doesn't change. Same time, same distance you're aiming for. All right, clock is rolling for you. You're in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. All right, you're coming to that mid mark, same thing. You should be at that established pace. And now it's being consistent here in these later 2 minutes. All right, 1 minute. They can need to change. Let's be consistent now. 1 minute. Thirty seconds. So I just hit that number again. Yes. So you have a minute off, and you will have your final effort. Karin, do you just want to dip your toes into running for one effort? 30 seconds, and then we're on that last one.
And
10 seconds. This is the last one. You're going in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Working on your tip? Working on your tip?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm working on my shoulder.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go later on. Yeah, a little bit today. Yeah. Good, halfway, said. You have your number, you have your marker, you know exactly what the space needs and wants to be here. Final minute. The 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Final time. And rest. Big 8. Rest here. Remember, so tomorrow, if you'll see you at 8 o'clock for recovery class. Then come Monday, that is, you should feel good Monday, ready and after it. That high CNS, high intensity, heavyweight as we go through. Remember, still mark up your points here from the last week so far. Make sure to write those up on the whiteboard still. We good?